Welcome to today's episode of Unmasking the Myths of the Victorian Era. While many of us think of this period as one filled with strict morality and elaborate fashion, the reality is much more complex. Let's dive into some of the most common myths about the Victorian era. Myth 1. Queen Victoria was cold and humorless. You might picture Queen Victoria as a stern figure, but this stereotype largely comes from her profound grief after the death of her beloved husband Prince Albert. Although she mourned deeply, Victoria was actually quite passionate and devoted during their marriage. Her diaries reveal a sense of humor and affection, especially towards her children, despite her high expectations. Myth 2. Victorian-era parents were often depicted as distant and uncaring. In reality, many Victorian parents were deeply involved in their children's lives, valuing education and moral upbringing. However, working-class children faced harsh realities, often having to contribute to the family income. Upper-class families sometimes relied on nurses and governesses, which added to the perception of emotional detachment, but family bonds were often strong. Myth 3. There was no diversity. Modern depictions often overlook the rich diversity in Victorian England. The UK had long been home to various cultures and ethnicities due to trade and migration. Even after slavery was abolished, many former slaves lived and worked in Britain. Unfortunately, this historical diversity is frequently ignored in favor of a simplified narrative. Myth 4. The Victorian era was solely about strict morals and repression. While many associate this era with a focus on morality and propriety, it was also a time of significant social change and lively debates about sexuality and personal freedom. Many Victorian writers and thinkers challenged societal norms, and underground movements explored topics that defied mainstream morality, showcasing a dynamic culture that was anything but repressed. In summary, the Victorian era was a complex tapestry of vibrant personal lives, varied family dynamics, and rich diversity. Victorian-era myths often paint a picture of a society that was rigid and unchanging. However, the era was marked by significant social, cultural, and technological advancements that shaped the modern world. From the rise of the middle class to the groundbreaking inventions of the Industrial Revolution, the Victorian era was a period of immense transformation. It gave birth to new forms of art, literature, and thought that continue to influence us today. So the next time you hear about the stiff upper lip or the gloomy Victorian, remember that the truth is far more nuanced and fascinating. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments about other myths you'd like us to explore. Until next time!